Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I shall be doing a video on how I acquired my snakes. So without any further ado, I shall just get straight on with that, and thanks very much for watching. So this is Athene, as you all know. And yeah, I got her on or off of Gumtree. There was an ad on Gumtree in the UK, and this lady had advertised her son's corn snake, which was obviously Athene, and advertised her for sale. And I went to Dagenham to go and get Athene, who was very small at the time and in a fish tank, and she was, I remember when I lifted like the roof bit off of the tank, she was kind of tucked in there. So I got her out and handled her for a bit, but she was so tiny and so small, and now she's so massive. But yeah, so as I say, a lot of people don't say get snakes and pets off of Gumtree, but I thought, well, she needed rehoming and I was going to give her a good home. And you know, she was my first snake that I got as well. So yeah, so on the bus ride home from Dagenham, as I say, where we got her from, people were sort of asking what was in the tank and everything, and you know, we showed them, and some of them were a bit funny about it, you know, not liking snakes and whatnot. But corn snakes are really cute. They've got such cute little faces, and she's not exactly threatening. So but yeah, she's such a beautiful colour, and I think that's what made me sort of want to get her, the fact that she was so brightly coloured with all these beautiful patterns and everything. So but yeah, that's how I acquired Athene, that's how I got her. So it's basically a rehome on Gumtree. There we go. Oh, sorry, I'm sweating so much. But yeah, so that's how I got her. Oh, and just to mention, she was only, I bought her in April 2014. And yeah, so she's about 7-8 years old now. I think she was only like a few months old when I got her, because she wasn't a tiny hatchling, she was a bit bigger. But yeah, so yeah, that's a bit I forgot to mention. So now I have a Sclerpian here with me, another squiggly one. He actually, yet again, came from another family where the son didn't really want a corn snake. I think he wanted a ball python or something. But yeah, so when I got a Sclerpian, I didn't actually go and pick him up. A friend that I was living with at the time went and picked him up and brought him back, and he was so tiny as well, the same as Athene. I think they're a similar age. I think they were only about a few months old when I got them, so they were still quite small. And yeah, so I put him in the tank, as I say, like the one Aristaeus is in at the moment. And yeah, he's been a squiggly boy ever since I got him. He's always squiggly. I think that's just his personality. So yeah, he's crazy, aren't you? But yeah, that's just where I got him from. And yet again, it was another Gumtree. Oh, careful. It was another Gumtree find, as it were, another advert on there. Because I just thought there's probably a lot of people that, you know, just need pets rehoming and whatnot. That's really not helping. It's going right through my earring. But yeah, there's probably a lot of pets that need rehoming and one thing and another. So that's kind of why I went on Gumtree. And I do now and again, you know, still go and have a look and see on Gumtree, see if there's, you know, any animals that need rescuing on there. But I don't know whether he's going to get stuck in that earring, because oh my gosh, he's so crazy. Luckily he's quite slim. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, with Sclerpians you have to be quite so crazy. This is what I have to put up with. This is why we can't have nice things. But he likes exploring things. He's very sort of adventurous. Oh no, he's going through the oh my gosh. He's probably thinking, Mummy, I don't get out much, I'm just making the most of it. I can't believe this. This is just comical. And back through the other one. This boy is so crazy. Get out of that one, thank you. You're a ridiculous boy. So now I've got Apollonia here with me, and she's been a good girl at the minute, although she has done a big poop on one of her little bits of furniture, so I'll have to clean that up. But anyway, yeah, so I got Apollonia from a family who are actually breeding snakes, and she was the only yellow one. She came from a family that were breeding corn snakes and stuff, and I think her parentage was something like a reverse Okatee breeding with like a caramel something or other. I'm not up on the genetics, unfortunately, but all her brothers and sisters were like a red colour, but she was the only yellow one, and she stood out because she was actually on top of a little hi-fi thing in a clear in a clear you know, little sort of box thingy. So yeah, she's probably enjoying my head heat because because I'm so warm and I'm absolutely sweating, if you can't tell, because it's still summer and it's still very hot. Anyway, yes, so she came from a family that were breeding corn snakes, and they were just selling them for I think 20 quid each, I think, something like that. And I don't think they really realised how much corn snakes are actually worth, especially like butter stripes, because they're worth a lot more. I've seen them go for £100 upwards. So yeah, so I got her from that little family, and yeah, again, they were a couple that had a whole load of kids and a whole load of snakes. So but yeah, they said just choose whichever one you want. And I saw her, I was looking at another one that was a bit like Athene in red, but I saw her and I thought, nope, I'm going to have a yellow one. And then that's when I got this little girl. So yeah, you're a cutie, aren't you? So yeah, that's how I got her. That was actually, there was the people that I got her from were living in Basildon, and yeah, and I just got a couple of trains there, a couple of trains back. Yeah, again, this was back in 2014. I got all my corn snakes in 2014, but I got her when, I'm just trying to think, it was sort of the beginning of May, because I think she was born in the April. So yeah, so I got her in the May of that year, and she was a good girl travelling back, really good, and just sort of, she was in her hide and just sort of looking out and around, and she wasn't fussed, she wasn't phased at all, and she's still one of my most chilled out snakes, and she's very calm. And if people ever come to the house and want to handle any of my snakes, I normally get her out because she's so chilled and stuff. So, but she's been through a lot this year, what with having eggs and everything. So, but yeah, you're a beautiful girl, aren't you? Yeah, again, that was another Gumtree ad that I saw her on, and just this couple saying, oh, we've got, you know, we're breeding snakes, we've got some for sale. I think altogether they had about like 10. So yeah, and she was the only yellow one. Excuse my hair, by the way, it's curly and awful. So here I have Cadassius. I've just woken him up. Don't you dare go through my earrings. Anyway, yes, so how I got this little boy was, we were going to a pet shop to get some mice, some frozen mice for my other corn snakes, and I kind of said to someone who was working there, oh, I'm after, you know, a snow corn snake. And so he was like, oh, well, go and see if we've got any. And then he brought out this little boy. And basically Cadassius was like a shoelace, and he was so small, and he just looked like a little pink worm. But now, as you can see, he's a lot bigger now. There we go. Yeah, he's a lot bigger now. And yeah, so he came from pet shop, obviously, as I've just said. I wasn't on Gumtree at that time, and yeah, and I just thought, I'm gonna get myself a snow corn snake. So I thought I'd just regret it if I don't get him. So yeah, I got him, and he, I think, was about £40. And yeah, and I just brought him home and put him in yet again, another tank like Aristaeus is in at the moment, and yeah, and he's been fine. I mean, he was a bit sort of defensive and aggressive when I first got him, but now he's just sort of chilled out and he's used to me. And I did have to assist feed him when I first got him because he just wasn't having any of it. And then eventually he just got used to me holding him while he was eating, but now he can just do it all by himself, and he's a big healthy boy. So yeah, he's actually just shed his skin, so he's all shiny and lovely and new again. So yeah. I got him in 2014 as well, in the August, so I think he was born about the beginning of August, and I got him sort of mid to late August, so he was about 3 weeks old when I got him, and the pet shop were confident that, you know, I could deal with a real little baby snake, and yeah, and I have. So now I have Australia here with me, and she is squiggly because I've just woken her up. But yeah, so I got her from Doncaster Reptile Show, which is run about 4 times a year as far as I know. I met up with the breeder there, and he had some Mexican black king snakes. I asked if he had a girl, he said yes, and so yeah, that's how I got Australia, was from there. And yeah, I mean, reptile shows are definitely a more preferable place to get reptiles from than like Gumtree, but I don't think it's that bad to really buy pets from Gumtree or whatever you want to call it, you know, because there are some pets that need rehoming and people do struggle sometimes. I mean, generally I would say take your pets that you can't handle anymore, just take them to the RSPCA, but some people choose just to rehome on certain websites and stuff. So she was £150, which is normal for a Mexican black king snake. She's well, I think Mexican black king snakes are a must in a collection, definitely. Well, it seems to be that way anyway. But yeah, I mean, when I first got her, she was quite sort of viv defensive. She's still food aggressive, which is fine. She used to musk on me and try and bite me, but she doesn't really do that anymore, because I've kind of trained her the same as with the others, that daytime equals water bowl changing time or handling time, and then when it gets dark and the light gets low, that's when I feed them. And she's learning that now, that she'll get fed when the light's sort of low at, you know, dusk, that sort of time. So but yeah, so that's how I got her, Doncaster Reptile Show. So I've got Aristaeus here with me, and I'm going to be quick because I've done a fair few videos on him already. But as you know, I got him from a breeder who sent him via Ridgeway Reptile Courier, and yeah, he's been settling in all right, apart from the 2 escapes, which I keep going on about. But yeah, so he's in a tank now that's good at holding him and stuff, so there we go. But yeah, that's him. But yeah, so that's it really with all my snakes. That's how I acquired them all, from lots of different places and different people and over different periods of time. As you all know, I got Aristaeus, oh, I'm just trying to think, was it, oh my gosh, I think it must be about 6 weeks ago now, and I think he's grown. So he's not shed his skin with me yet, but he's been eating and pooping fine and drinking as far as I know. But yeah, he's doing good, and I think he was born in June. I think it was June he was born, and yeah, and so he's about 2 months old now, as I say, and he's just getting bigger and bigger. So that's great, you know, I'm really pleased with him. But not pleased that he escaped, but I am pleased with him generally, because he is a good boy, really. So, anyway, I'm going to put him back because he's getting squiggly. And say bye. Say bye to people. So that is how I acquired all my snakes and where I got them from. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe and hit that bell button when you do subscribe. It is very much appreciated. And if you've any comments or questions or whatever, then just pop them in the comments section below and I'll do my best to answer them. But for now, from myself and all of my babies, it is goodbye, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks very much for watching.